November 9th here in Chicago, and it is already pretty cold. It's down into the 20s. We got a couple inches of snow this weekend. So basically, the season is over for the car. But I did get a chance to get to the track once. It was right before Halloween. I think it was on a Tuesday. It was a super cold night. There was a whole 4 cars there at the track. I was really pretty surprised that they opened the track for just 4 cars. But I was able to make some runs. And one of the things I was able to do is do some data logging with the new computer, which I couldn't do with the old computer, which that was kind of fun. And just wanted to see, how the car would run. I had the handheld set up on my cell phone holder so that I could start the data logs easy. And my shift light over here, I had that set at 5300. Tires I ran are Mickey Thompson ET Street SS. They are P255 60R15s, and they are directional, so they can only rotate one way. You don't have to smoke the heck out of these to get them clean and get them hot. You just got to haze them, give them a good haze, and they grip pretty good. I was able to make 4 passes. My last pass was the best, and that's what these videos are of. Total of 4 runs that night, the 4th one being my best, and that is the time slip you're looking at here. We can jump right to the bottom, and here is the result, which is a 12.705 at 112 miles per hour. Really happy with the 112. I feel for 112 miles per hour, I should be getting there quicker than 12.705. But you can see from the video, I am porpoising down the track every time I shift. And that's attributed to my crappy shifting for sure. And some suspension tuning, but it's mostly my shifting, and I'm shifting pretty slow, as you can see from the video. I was super happy with that, which is a personal best for me, my 60-foot time of 1.845. I'd left super clean, and by chance I had a really good reaction time also. So now let's take a look at the data log. This is the Holley Terminator X software, the data logger portion, and you use this to suck your data logs in that you take during your runs to see all the vitals, basically. I am just learning how to use this software. So those of you who really know how to use it, just don't hate on me here. It logs all of these things you see off to the left here. And if you were to turn all these on, it's very confusing to look at. I will toggle them all on here. And that's everything. And that's really tough for me to look at. And it's not all the information. I don't need all that information. So I was interested in RPM and my AFR targets. So here's my RPM. This is on my run. I will go over these real quick, and then I have another picture that shows all these values. So this right here is my launch, and this was my shift into 2nd gear. This is my shift into 3rd, my shift into 4th, and this was the end of my run here. And this is on the scale here. You see the RPMs on the scale. So let's turn on the target AFR. That's here. So now here's the scale for target AFR over here. And the range is set up for a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 16. I did not set those. I don't have any kind of tune in this car except for the base tune that Holley gives you. And this is one thing I definitely want to change, and I don't want to have this at 16. I'm going to bring that down for sure. But these are just the sets, or the targets. And so now let's look at what my actual AFR was. and that's in blue. Couple of spikes here that were really high, and this one here is 17.13, which it's just a momentary, but still, it shouldn't be that high at all. But there's some times here where it was running up in that 15, 16 range, which I think is that's too lean full open throttle. Here's the graph. I sucked it into Paint to add these reference lines here. The yellow line is where my shift light is set, and that was 5,300 RPM. And the white lines are my launch, shifts, and end to run RPMs. So I launched at 2,800. I shifted into second at 4,800, which I thought was really, really low. And I'm wondering why, but if you look in the video, the shift light came on. That's why I shifted. I don't know why the shift light came on. It shouldn't have. I got to look into that because it's set at 5,300. But that is why I shifted. And then my shift into third gear was at 5,700. And again, well above the shift light. You can see the shift light coming on in the video. Same with fourth gear. I shifted at 5,500. And my end of run was 5,800 RPM. Things to work on with the car, and certainly things to work on with me as a driver. The videos that you saw were taken at Great Lakes Dragaway in Union Grove, Wisconsin. That's my home track. It's a little over an hour from my house. I've done lots of racing there, but through doing Hot Rod Power Tour over the years, I've been able to race at a bunch of different tracks, which has been really kind of fun. And it's all been with this car. So Great Lakes Dragaway, of course, and then Route 66 in Joliet, Illinois, Lucas Oil in Indianapolis, Indiana, Heartland in Topeka, Kansas, Thunder Valley in Bristol, Tennessee. That was a really cool track. And the farthest one away is Old Bridge in Englishtown, New Jersey. Let me know in the comments how many different tracks that you guys have been to. It'd be interesting to hear.